if I just take the cure, I can go back to my old life. I feel like Jacob is like, huh? Okay, yeah, you don't sound very enthusiastic about this, but I won't say anything. Okay, there's a lot of staring. She's starting to realize that maybe there are things that she might miss about being a werewolf.
But all be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago.
Hello, I'm Izu and welcome to another episode in my Ordinary Life of a Werewolf series. If you watched the last episode, you know that a lot of things happened in that. We got a baby brother called Lonnie. We had a dinner where all the werewolves turned into werewolves. And we barely got Billy's parents out of the door just in time that they did not have to see the transformation. So our secret is still safe somehow, but it was very hectic. And then we moved into the Volkov family home. They decided to offer the guest house or this like shed house for Billy to stay until she has figured out what's going on in her life. Obviously, Christopher and Lily don't know that Billy is making the cure, and they are assuming that Billy will stay here until she's ready to go to college or go to work or has like a handle on her kind of wolfiness and knows what to do with her life. But that's not the case, as we know, because Billy has found the cure and has almost all the ingredients for the cure. And now the only thing we have to do is make it and get it so she can go back to the normal human life, which I'm not still completely certain she actually wants. And she's now just reading her grandmother's diary and just trying to look for some reassurance from there. She's figured out along the way that there's no way that her grandmother wasn't a werewolf. Obviously she was. Obviously she hid that from her life and she hid that from the people in her life as well. I think Billy has found out that there was something that was to do with like relationships and people not being okay with maybe the person that she ended up marrying outside of the werewolf pack and like a human of all people. So she's kind of pieced some information together and come up with this kind of story that may or may not be true, that her grandmother was essentially just disowned by the pack and the other werewolves because she decided to marry a human, which is obviously kind of sad, but would make sense why she decided to not include her werewolf kind of ways and lifestyle and all of that into her new life and decided to keep it a secret, especially when she realized that her children did not inherit the werewolf trait. I know it's quite early. I feel like she feels a little bit restless. She's in a new place, in a new house, with a new family, far away from her own family. Also nearly avoided spilling her secrets to her whole family last night. So I think because she is kind of feeling that kind of restless energy, she should go on a little jog. So she's gonna go ahead and go for a little morning jog and actually bumps into Jacob as well, who has decided to also go for a morning jog. So maybe they can go together instead. Ooh, I just realized that I've got one more perk, so I can do the hunting party. Lead a group hunt. Everything is better with friends, especially combing the wilderness for tasty treats. The lead hunting party interaction lets Billy bring others, even non-werewolf friends and family, along on a hunt. Since teamwork makes the dream work, Billy will gain additional goodies too. I'm not gonna do it right now. Right now they're gonna go for a jog. Unfortunately, I doubt they'll go the same way because usually they don't go for a jog like together, but we're gonna pretend that they do. I'm gonna say that they went for a jog together. Oh no, they're actually kind of going the same way. Oh, this is nice. I love when something like this happens. Okay, this is amazing. They're going on a little run together in the woods, or in the countryside at least, together. Today, they also need to go ahead and go look for these Wolfsbane flowers or plants or whatever they are. And I think Blair would like to come with them and offer her help with that. Oh no. Oh, this is a bad idea. Don't go to... Wow, okay. Good thing that we came here first thing in the morning instead of the night, because that was like really close. I don't like that they go so close to Greg's hut. I'm scared of him. But this is making me so happy that they are on a run actually together. Like, I can't tell you how happy this makes me. And of course, right as I say that, they decide to go separate ways, but it's fine, it's fine. Okay. She has decided to... Oh, I didn't realize that she's a lazy sim. Oops. She is an active sim, I think. I also decided to give Billy a little makeover because, I don't know, I fancied a little change. So this is one of her little outfits, new little outfits I gave her. I also changed her hair because I like changing her hair. And we haven't had her hair down in a while, so, which I really love. And there's another one that I gave her, which is a bit more summery. I really like this. I'm kind of leaning towards more like the grungy aesthetic with her, and I'm really liking it. I do like it. All right, we're taking our shower, so we can't really join the breakfast. But we will eat afterwards. However, I feel like now is a good time to go check for the Wolfsbane flowers. It's a really nice day outside and they have some time, so I think that's a good idea. All right, Billy is finally done with her shower as well. And maybe we can also bring some conversation to this kind of really awkward table. I don't know why they are so silent. They're just like kind of awkward. They don't have the best sibling bond, I don't think. Blair is gonna ask Billy how her cure is coming along, and Billy can tell her that she's got everything. Well, because the parents are in the house, they're not gonna like talk about it openly, but maybe she can call it like a project or something, like, hey Billy, how's your project going along? Like, do you need anything for it anymore? And she's like kind of nudging her, and she's like, oh right, yeah, my project is going along quite nicely. We have 6 Wolfsbanes. We need 10. So we still need a couple, and then we need to craft it. After that, we're done with it. So that's good. So maybe Blair can say like, oh yeah, I actually saw some of them yesterday while I was coming back home. So maybe we can go ahead and go there together to look for them. And I think Billy's gonna love that idea. She's like, wow, you want to help me? Then sure, thank you. They're also gonna discuss the timing, because obviously yesterday was the full moon, so we've missed that chance. But they are kind of thinking it as if the wolf is the strongest on a full moon, then maybe it's the weakest on a new moon. So maybe it would be a good idea to take the cure on Friday when the moon is completely gone from the sky. So they have a couple of days still time to get ready for Friday, and then Friday is gonna be the day that she's gonna take the cure. And maybe Blair can ask her like, you sure you want to do this? Like, it's gonna be forever, so you sure you've thought about it fully? And she's like, yeah, I know, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm sure it's fine. Like, if I just take the cure, I can go back to my old life. I can go back to living in the city. I can go back to living my life just like usual. And she's not very convincing. I feel like Jacob is like, huh? Okay, yeah, you don't sound very enthusiastic about this, but I won't say anything. I feel like he sees through her. I just feel like that's the case. I fully think that he's not very convinced that she actually wants to do that, but she's trying to be supportive and not like cross boundaries or like step on her toes or anything like that. So I feel like he's letting it go, but keeping a close eye on the situation. Maybe if we go for a little nature walk, and then hopefully we can also locate some Wolfsbanes while we are out here walking. It is such a nice day, honestly. The birds are singing, it's sunny, it's so pretty. I wish this world was bigger, because this is just like a lovely world. I just love this world so much. It's just a shame that there's so little of it. They didn't find any Wolfsbane, unfortunately. They need to continue searching, but they did find that somebody had made some low-growth plantains maybe, or something like that, and they're just having a little lunch, or really rather dinner, at this little park area. And maybe Blair can ask Billy what is she gonna do once she goes back to her normal life, once she's back to being a human. She's probably gonna move back to the city, right? But is she gonna go to college? Or what's her plans? Like, she's gonna move out, right? Kind of like, you're moving out, right? Going away, right? Not so blatantly, but she's trying to figure that out. And Billy's telling her that yes, her mom and dad are expecting her to go to university. She's supposed to start studying. She's not sure what she's gonna study just yet, but that is what is expected of her. Until she's gotten the cure and kind of gone back to her old life, nothing's really set in stone, but she's supposed to move back to the city, and that makes her probably very happy, because Blair just wants Billy gone. As much as they have these nice conversations and stuff, after all, what she really wants is Blair to go away from her life, so that she can get her kind of position in the family back. And now that the conversation kind of went to the whole werewolf thing, Billy is also asking Blair, how did she and Christopher become so good at containing their werewolf side? Even amongst the whole chaos and Billy transforming in the full moon and everything kind of happening yesterday, Billy noticed that neither Christopher nor Blair transformed into werewolves. Both of them were able to contain it. Obviously, Billy doesn't know that Blair is not a werewolf, so here Blair is kind of put into a tough kind of spot, and she has to lie and say that it's just something that she trained hard for, and Christopher obviously taught her how to do it, because he's a very old werewolf, has been a werewolf for a long time, and has mastered the whole being a werewolf thing. And Billy is just super odd, like, wow, I really wish I could do that. Like, I really want to be in control of the wolf. Even if I take the cure, I want to be in control of that part of myself. And Blair is kind of catching her doubt now. She's trying to push her into taking the cure. What she should have done, like asking her if she wants to do the cure, like, we can stop, we don't have to do this. She's instead kind of trying to convince Billy and telling her how it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be good, you get to go back to your old life, you get to go back to the city, you don't have to live this werewolf life anymore, being like kind of secreted away in this small town where we have nothing, and instead go back to the big city and get to do things with your life. But I feel like that has the opposite effect. Instead of the kind of pep talk-ish kind of thing that she intended that to be, I feel like that's just making Billy think of it more and think about it how she does not want to go back to the city. Even if she is a human, she loves living out here, she loves the nature, she loves the people. She's just really put roots down in Moonwood Mill, and that has made her quite sad to even think about leaving this place. But it is what she is supposed to do. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think there are any more Wolfsbane flowers I could only find one tonight. So we have to come back and see if we can find any more on another day. It's quite late and our energy is quite low, but we are a little bit hungry. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and lead a hunting party. Maybe she asked Blair, but she was like, oh, sorry, I already ate, I'm busy, sorry. But we could bring Christopher, and maybe this is like Christopher mentoring Billy a little bit. Like she's gonna lead the hunting party, however Christopher is kind of like helping her, like seeing if she's doing everything right and you know, all that. So we're gonna go ahead and do a hunting party with Christopher. Before they go, I wanted to have them do a little friendly spar, tug of war. And then after, we're gonna go ahead and lead a hunting party with Christopher. I know they disappear and it's like so disappointing, but it's The Sims. I can't really do anything about that. Billy has returned with some fresh meat she found. Okay. So they did find some meat. She's really tired though. And there we go. An exhausting day looking for these plants, but we have found a couple. We still need one. So maybe tomorrow we can get enough for the cure. And then tomorrow we need to also meet with Alana and Ronan so that he can give me the moon petals, and we can tell them also that we have moved to the Volcos. Maybe she texted Alana at some point, but we need to like fully talk with them because we haven't seen them in a little bit, and I think it's quite important that we do see them. All right, it is the next morning. We've had a quick breakfast before heading over to not these guys. This is where I lived. We're heading over to the Page household while on our little morning run. Oh, I can see their mom riding the bike over there. Oh my god, don't be smelling Ulysses. That's really weird. Alright, they have come out to talk in peace because the parents are home, but they decided to come here out of earshot. And I also gave them new outfits. However, I didn't realize in cast, like it didn't show in cast. Sometimes Alana's t-shirt kind of like clips in, so I'm sorry about this. You can kind of see it, but it's whatever. I don't really want to go back to Cass and fix it again. But these guys are now talking and Billy is telling them excitedly that she's actually living with the Volkovs. Also, she told them that she's now an active sim. That's good. But she's living with the Volkovs. And I don't know how excited especially Ronan is about this information, because he and Jacob don't, I mean, they get along enough, but they don't really like each other. But these guys are excited that she's not leaving Moonwood Mill. She's staying over here, even though she's not staying with them. They're super excited. And I must have given the moon petals to Billy last episode. I can't remember, but I must have, because he doesn't have anything in his inventory. I don't know where things went, but yeah. However, Billy is telling them of what they discussed with Jacob. So they're gonna be making the cure for Billy in a couple of days. She only needs to find one more Wolfsbane, which we can surely find somewhere outside. Because it's such a nice day today, I thought it would be a fun time for them to go swimming this time. Hopefully no turning into werewolves and scaring everybody to death. Last time it was quite an experience, I have to say. But these guys are having a super fun little summer time together in the lake. And now that they are together, Billy is also explaining them the plan. They're gonna make the cure and she's gonna take it on Friday when it's gonna be a new moon. And if these guys want to be there, she would love them too. And of course they say yes, of course they're gonna come. It's a huge occasion, an important thing that she needs her friends for. So they're definitely coming over then. And Alana has decided to sunbathe. It's still some sun. It's 4 p.m. and it's nice and warm. You're gonna also apply some sun protection, hopefully. And while these guys... Oh, wow. Ooh, okay, there's a lot of staring. That's a lot of staring in deeply into your eyes. He's gonna do a little friendly flirt and see what happens, and say that he likes her new hair situation. She looks really beautiful and he can't wait for her to become a human again and be able to live this normal life again. Oh, this is cute that they are having this kind of moment together. Oh yeah, okay, they are exchanging some numbers. I don't know why, but anyways, that's kind of cute. She's kind of feeling her old kind of feelings, maybe resurfacing a little bit, maybe. Her old crush on Ronan kind of, you know, never really gone, but kind of forgotten for a little bit. Maybe she feels a little bit romantic about this whole situation. Oh, I feel so like, you know, it's like making me all giddy that they're having this little moment together. Okay, it is a short-lived moment, but I think that's okay. So they're gonna go ahead and look for the last remaining Wolfsbane. They just said to Alana that we're gonna go and check if the bush has any more flowers. It's just like around the corner, and Alana said like just go ahead, go get the flower. It's fine. I'm just gonna continue my little sunbathing for now. And here we have all Wolfsbane that we needed is done. I'm also gonna click this because I have 3 moon petals here, and I'm pretty sure we got them from Ronan, and I think she also had something herself before. I don't remember, but we have 3 nonetheless, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm not gonna wait for the next full moon just to pick them and get this done. So now the only thing that we need to craft is the Wolf Be Gone serum. And now that we have all the things that we need for the cure, Ronan is gonna chat about it with Billy. He's gonna ask if she's nervous. It's a big step, you know. So I also got him to ask about Jacob, and like maybe he was asking like how is it living with the Volkovs? How is it living with Jacob? You know, kind of like he might be a little bit jealous. He might be feeling one type of way about Jacob, and so I feel like he would be interested to know what she thinks about her living situation. And she's good. She likes him. She likes the family. She's enjoying her stay there. So I feel like that makes Ronan feel both happy and kind of sad because, you know, it's a complicated situation. He has a crush on her, but he's too afraid to say anything. And there's so many big things coming, like her cure being made, her whole life changing, her getting a brother, her parents moving away, her living quote-unquote alone for the first time. He doesn't want to kind of come too strong with like feelings and stuff, and he's a little bit shy. I think with like romance things, this guy is just a little bit shy. Like he's a bit embarrassed. It's easier to just kind of ignore it, kind of. Even though he doesn't know how to properly ignore it, because he still like cares about Billy, and like it's hard. But the main thing is that Billy is enjoying living with the Volkovs, and the cure is gonna be ready in a couple of days. And Billy is just telling him how she's nervous, how she doesn't know what to feel. Everything feels like it's changing so rapidly. Her whole life is changing so rapidly. She feels a lot of pressure from outside, and she doesn't really know if this is the right decision. And Ronan is hearing this and a little bit surprised that this is the case. He's a bit kind of like, don't you then, like, you don't want to be cured? Is that so? Wouldn't life be so much easier if you were just a normal human? And Billy's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. And I feel like because Billy is so kind of afraid to say, this is like a big step for her. This is the most that she has said about this whole situation, being kind of unsure about it. I feel like she's gonna be like, yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm just nervous. It's such a big step. I don't know what's going on with the whole cure and stuff. It's kind of scary. But I mean, but it's in a book and everything's gonna go okay, right? And Ronan's just helping her, or what he thinks is helping her to feel better, because he still thinks that deep down she wants to be human. He doesn't even realize that there's a possibility that she would actually want to be a werewolf, because he doesn't really understand the being werewolf thing. So he's like trying to comfort her in the way that he thinks is right, even though it might not be right. And yeah, it's just she's a bit too afraid to say anything, and so he just thinks he's doing the right thing. And now it's the end of the night, and Billy's just telling him how thankful she is to have these guys to help and support her, and she's so grateful to have them around, and she is excited to, you know, get the cure and start her kind of quote-unquote normal life. And she's then gonna say goodbye to Ronan. Tomorrow will be the official full last day of being a werewolf, and I feel like because she feels the time kind of disappearing from her, she's starting to realize that maybe there are things that she might miss about being a werewolf. So she's decided to use her last night before Friday being a werewolf, and Jacob has joined us actually. Even as a werewolf, they don't like the rain. What is this umbrella? Oh my god. She's challenging him to a tug of war, and I also am gonna go ahead and lead a hunting party and go hunting with Jacob. So these guys are eating their little raw meats, and it is kind of disgusting, but some nice things before we have to say goodbye to this kind of life forever, which is kind of sad. And I think instead of sleeping under a roof, these guys would like to sleep under the stars, or what would be clouds, really. Right now, oh, and a black moon. Okay, interesting. But these guys are having a little sleep under the stars in the woods next to the house, and really just enjoying the life of a werewolf for the last time. Well, not for Jacob, but for her. And don't mind him smelling. I used the enhanced smell, so that's why he's kind of stinking. But thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm gonna end it here because this episode is gonna be super long. I just know it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have enjoyed this series. We're really close to the end, and I'm excited to kind of reveal the story at the end. If you have enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you are still watching and have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and join our little family here. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you get a notification whenever I post a new video, so you won't miss an episode. I hope you have a lovely day or night or week or weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!